Man, that football gonna put a PFA out on me. The way that you got me kissing, that thing gonna file charges on me because protection from abuse. Because he is smooching the hell out of that football.
Well, if you think that's bad, you should see what I created for the X's this month.
Oh,
And for that matter, and what I left on the cutting room floor, um
I forgot my special effects, man.
it's fine. It's fine. Um it was
Before we begin, anybody
uncomfortable.
that's watching, this is not, I'm not wearing this Patriots jersey in any shape or form of support of the Patriots.
Is this
This is
ironic?
actually making a mockery of them. And I don't
Mm,
get a chance to mock the Patriots. So I'm taking full advantage when I can.
yeah.
Very rarely do you get a chance to talk shit that the Patriots didn't win something. This is my
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah. There was a game. There was a game. And just kind of before we go any further, Mr. Coke, Mr. Ramsey, and Stoney, and I think CM was in here, wasn't he? Yeah, there is. There's CM. So thank you
Okay.
for coming out to the
And for joining the show.
Super Bowl thing. I don't know. The game was bad.
It was, I mean, you know how you got those announcers that say, if you like a defensive game, I enjoy it. I'm like, I
Nobody
understand that maybe
wants to see it.
sometime during the regular season, but in the Super
Right.
Bowl, you want to see the best of the best. I mean, and I guess it was the best of the best. I mean, Seattle's defense. I knew that their defense was formidable, but I didn't put them up there in that tier with Houston's defense
You know,
or
like a good defensive game. You know when that's good? Week 5.
yeah, not in the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
We were just looking at houses while the game was on. We're like, I wasn't really even gonna do it. Honestly, I wanted to tune in early because I wanted to see Green Day play American Idiot. Mostly just because, uh, you know, America's kind of a joke. So
Yeah.
I was kind of like, because I didn't know they were gonna do it. I didn't think they were gonna do it. No, I'm sorry. I thought they were gonna do it. I just didn't think that they would be allowed, and they did. And I'm like, oh, the NFL was clueless what they just let happen. That was great.
Yeah.
It was fun seeing all the white people lose their mind for Bad Bunny. That was fun. All the white people
Yeah.
online,
Yeah.
very
I mean, I had
very
my,
upset.
you know, and my ex and my kids. Oh, we was watching it, and like I said, it was not only was it boring from a just a game point standpoint, but they were pissed, and I mean pissed about the halftime show
Love
because
it.
they couldn't understand it. I mean, the whole thing. I mean, there wasn't even subtitles, nothing. It was just like, I mean, because I guess people that don't watch the game, they watch the Super Bowl. You got casual watchers that won't even watch a snap of the regular season,
Right.
but they'll watch the Super Bowl because either the halftime show or the commercial.
They're the
That's
same
one thing
people
about
who go
this.
to church on Christmas and Easter. They're the same kind
Yeah,
of people.
yeah. So they were watching mainly. They're not the diehard. They're the occasional watcher, and the Super Bowl halftime show is a big part of why they're watching. And for that not to be good, they were pissed. And they were
So
pissed. And I imagine they're not the only people that were pissed about the halftime show. I mean, I never really heard of Bad Bunny when they announced that he was doing halftime, but I didn't know it was going to be all in Spanish, like nothing you can understand at
well,
all.
here's kind of my take on the halftime show. So definitely not my jam. Um I
Never
thought
heard of him. Yeah.
visually it was outstanding.
Yeah.
I think symbolism, it was outstanding. Um Vocally, does not have a great voice. Not a fan of his voice. And yeah, you couldn't really understand what he was saying, and I get that, man. Whatever. Fine. But I liked the visual presentation because that's really what it's about. I mean, no one
I mean, no one's cutting the album from
right,
what they're singing on the show. I mean, it's all lip synced, it's all filled in. So it's
right,
not like you're getting a real performance. So, like you said, it is the visual effect. I mean,
right.
like you said, they turned it into like they were in like almost like a grass field or something like that. So the visual effect was visual effects were great, but I couldn't really pay attention to, like you said, the voice or anything like that. It was just
Yeah.
I don't know. I understand that every whoever you're bringing on or you're letting perform, people they're going to bring in their own culture. But
Right.
for the biggest event in American history, as far as that goes on annually, yearly, because we know the Super Bowl is bigger than every other sport. It's probably one of the biggest events in the world. For that to not be, Americanized, or at least to the point where if 75% of Americans at least understand it, that was a strange choice that they allowed to happen. I didn't think it would. Like I said, there's been other people that performed in the Super Bowl, and they were of different ethnicities or different cultures, or somebody might be from Haiti or Jamaica or something like that. Um, J Lo or something like that, but it was not all
Right.
Latino to the point where you couldn't understand. I'm surprised they allowed that show to take place
Yeah, it's interesting.
strictly.
It's an interesting take. I mean, I get it. You're also in California, so I'm like, okay, I get
Big,
it.
big, large population.
But
Yes.
also like Wyoming was watching the Super Bowl too,
Yeah.
and like Jersey was and Maine.
Yeah.
I get it.
And Vermont. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the Dakotas, the South Dakota, the North Dakota. There ain't no Latino presence in those states. So
Yeah. I
I
mean,
think this
look,
is one Super Bowl show that maybe got the eyes on it for maybe the first 5 or 10 minutes. And I can almost guarantee the majority of the people tuned out. They went and did something else.
yeah.
They did not watch.
Yeah, it wasn't super smart. I do once again like how they did the whole symbolism stuff. I thought that was real cool. But yeah, like I don't know. But hey.
I mean, celebrate their culture. Yeah, I have nothing
Right.
against it, but I was just surprised that because I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a panel that gets up there and judges, and there's probably maybe 10, 15 acts that they judge from. They're like, okay, it could be you, and then I'm just surprised they really chose one that was going to be all in one in the language that's not really. I'm not going to say native to America because America is a melting pot, but I'm saying that that's not the main language in of the country. I was just shocked that
Right.
it was they were first of all, I was shocked that they picked that out of I don't know how many acts they probably turned down. And then secondly, no subtitles, no nothing, just
Okay.
I'm shocked.
And by the way, what's going on, Dark? Dark joined up here. I don't even remember that commercial, so that's how much I think about it.
Crypto commercial that wanted you to sing along. I don't remember that one either.
Right.
I think one of the commercials that I don't know, they were kind of weird this year. I mean, over the top. They try to be too funny. I think one commercial that I felt was pretty hard. It was a Budweiser commercial
Oh, okay.
with the eagle, where the
Yeah.
little eagle, and then the horse jumps over, and it looks like the horse got wings, and then it's an American eagle. I was like, ooh, that's pretty dope.
Crosby loves horses, so he was excited about it.
Other than that, I don't. No really commercials that really stuck in my mind
Oh,
besides that
come on.
Budweiser.
There was one real good one that we really enjoyed. The tight end one.
We used to talk about with the men, it was like something,
Yeah,
something, and then you can let go of your tight end or something. I forgot what it was for, but I know they was just
it's like
kept showing like,
prostate. It was like prostate getting like prostate.
yeah. And they said you could let go of your tight end and everybody like
Yeah,
it's almost like they almost let out a fart or something. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was good. That was fun. That was fun.
Yeah.
I like that one. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, man, the game was, I don't know.
At no point did I feel like New England threatened Seattle. Like even
No,
when they scored, it was just like, okay, that was almost like a miracle that you scored, and it was just like I didn't know Seattle's defense was bringing it that hard. I should have known because they beat my Rams to,
I
to get there.
I don't know if they are really. I don't even know if they can get all the credit. I think Drake May's shoulders really fucked up, and I think the lights were way too bright for him.
Another thing they kept saying that New England's record, they didn't really play anybody, and it's kind of true. I mean, look at the division they're in. I mean, you're playing the Dolphins twice. You're playing the Jets twice. That's 4 wins right there. And you split with Buffalo. That's 5 wins right there.
Yeah,
That aren't really that spectacular of a win. And in playoffs, I mean, they played Justin Herbert with like a Mickey Mouse hand. And the Chargers wasn't that really that
no,
great. Then they play Houston, who has the greatest one, I think was the greatest defense in the league this year. But CJ
yeah,
Stroud's pulling the controls, and
right.
they're not going to score. And then you play the Denver team that had
And
a
the Blizzard,
backup quarterback, and you won by 3 in a blizzard. So
yeah.
the Patriots didn't really play nobody. So, and that got
No,
exposed. They got exposed. Your vanilla cream sandwich, cream cheese, whatever, cream cheese and celery. He got exposed. Seattle exposed him. I mean, like he was just sitting back. I ain't never seen him sitting, hold and pat the ball that long. I'm like, man, let it go. He was looking like Kenny Pickett back there, and that's
yeah,
bad.
he was missing a lot of throws, kind of off. Just he did. I I think a lot of that rings true, but I also think that fake Mayo is he Miracle Whip? Is that what we're talking about? Is he Drake May Miracle Whip? Um, I
Yeah,
feel like the lights were too bright for him. He wasn't ready. Um, and he kind of cracked under the pressure along with being hurt. There's a lot of narrative things that could be kind of attributed to it, but at the end of the day, it's not like Seattle. I mean, other than Kenneth Walker,
yeah.
it's not
They
like they
didn't
were
bring the
really.
heat or nothing.
Yeah,
JSN didn't do a damn thing, as far as
yeah,
I can recall. Um, they just ran it. Yeah, they didn't. Seattle didn't. Sam Darnold didn't blow the doors off, and they weren't. It's like both offenses were just kind of looking for each other, like they were trying to find themselves, and they never really got around to it. Like if it wasn't for Kenneth Walker and those big chunk runs,
yeah,
yeah, I mean that score could have even been even lower than what it was. And like the New England's touchdowns were like garbage touchdowns, but
yeah. Mac Hollins getting loose. I'm like,
yeah.
am I playing Mac Hollins in fantasy right now? Is that what's
Yeah,
happening? Is
that's the
that
only
why?
reason why you're getting loose because you playing them. Yeah.
But
But I mean, the game itself wasn't that great. It was just, very man. Um, can't really. It was kind of. It was just a boring experience. Not boring, I mean, but it was something to watch. But at the same time, it was no fireworks. It was not a Super Bowl that
no,
you're going to 10 years from now. You're not going to even remember what the hell happened. Yeah,
no, no,
you're gonna
no.
be like, "We won that Super Bowl," and they're gonna be like, you're gonna say New England, and then they're gonna be like, then you're gonna think you're gonna be like, no, New England won the other one where they threw the interception at the goal line, and then the Seattle won this one, but no memorable plays, nothing to write
No,
home about, nothing spectacular. I tell you one thing: New England got a quarterback for the future. Um, to be in the Super Bowl only in his second year, and on top of that, leading up to it, I heard that Brady was hating a little bit, like talking about I don't have a dog in this race, and basically was saying that he's not rooting for either team. And it's like,
I
you're not
mean,
rooting for either team? Come on. Well, he has stake in the Raiders, so they're thinking. Everyone's saying that he's probably like trying to like take the attention off of him on being a
Right.
owner of the Raiders. So he's making it seem like he's not for the Patriots, but no, either he was rooting for the Patriots or Tom Brady's on. He got that little bit of Aaron Rodgers asshole in him where he probably was like, I don't want to see the Patriots get to a Super Bowl for the next 20 years without me. And he probably was a little upset, like, damn, they there already and I'm gone.
That's
Probably
valid.
hating a little bit.
That's valid. That's valid.
Probably hating a little bit.
Yeah, but I think New
Because
England
Belichick is probably sitting there pissed too. Because he didn't want to see the Patriots get to nowhere near the Super Bowl without him.
No, I don't think it would have mattered. Still wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. That's got to be the biggest joke running. Oh man!
So now that the season is officially over, I know what I want to do next week for us because the next thing on the list is draft time. And I figured what we could do is do a draft of our own, and it can be the top 5 reasons we don't give a shit about the draft.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm like, a draft of our own. I'm like, I don't know who the hell's coming out. I don't know those college players.
No. So
Nothing
next
about it.
Tuesday, that is going to be the topic of choice is the top 5 reasons we don't give a shit about the draft.
Like the draft nowadays, I mean, I think back in the day, I think it was the Pro Bowl used to be after the Super Bowl, right? Wasn't it used to be like that?
No. It was always
No, I could have swore it was after the Super Bowl. Maybe it wasn't. Okay.
Yeah, because there's always people that ducked out of it because they're like, I got to go play in the Super Bowl. I'm not going to play in this game.
I think that's when they moved it up to before the Super Bowl. I could have swore there were teams that maybe played in the Super Bowl, but then no, that would be goofy to play in the Super Bowl and then turn around and play in the Pro Bowl.
Right.
But yeah, it was always kind of like that week in between. But the draft, I might know some of the names of maybe the top 10 picks or something like that. Maybe the first round because people talk about them. You hear the analysis and all of that. But other than that, I don't.
Yeah. Well, let's hold that conversation until next week. One other thing that I didn't tell you about because I like to spring things on you because I'm a good friend. So we're bringing back the ABCs.
Okay.
And this was an absolute. Let me walk that back. So apparently I have plans this weekend that were sprung upon me as well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move the X's up to Thursday.
I've seen that.
Yeah. And I figured you didn't have any objections since you didn't say anything, so I just kind of rolled with it. We're gonna do the ABCs, and you'll appreciate this. You really absolutely will. The ABCs of being past 35. Right. Because Tiff turned 40 yesterday, and I thought like
So it's not good things. It's just something that starts with that letter.
Yeah. It can be anything. It can be anything. It'll be at 10 o'clock, the normal time that we would usually go on Fridays. So it'll be kind of like a throwback to 2 years ago when we used to go at Thursdays, or was that last year? I don't even remember. I don't even remember anymore because we used to switch it up.
I'm trying to stay away from Saturdays. Don't spring too many Saturdays on me because during my off season, I like to keep my Saturdays open.
Yeah. No. The only Saturdays that ever really are going to be recorded is the Q&A, and that's once a month, and then just random shit I'm doing. So, I don't know. I don't know why I said no, but I said no.
What the hell was that about?
I had the word, and then I like went on a random.
No.
I don't know exactly what Tiff's plans are for me this weekend, but I do have that jersey thing I'm going to do at some point Saturday. It might be Sunday. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not going to mess up plans to do that, but I will figure how to get that in there.
Yeah, Thursday is no problem to me because it's like I told you, Friday's mentally exhausted, so that'll give me a break.
Nice. Um, let's see. I know I put the new Q&A link up. So Kyle already put some things on there. Or no, was it Rick or Kyle? Oh, let me see. I feel like it was Rick. Let me see. I don't want to like disrespect anybody here. Okay, it was Rick. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So get your questions in. We have a Kyle question we have to answer. And I believe Kyle's was to try to make it be as PC as possible. It's the sexiest, naked scenes in movies.
Oh yeah,
That was
okay.
Kyle's. That was Kyle's. And then Stoney has a really good one that I'm actually already recording something for it at the end of the month, but you and Chris can answer. Basically it's with everything going on in the world today, what are your feelings on it? So I felt like that was too heavy of a question to answer off the cuff. So I wanted to give you guys some time to do that. So that'll be coming up at the end of the month. So, there's that. What else are we doing here? Me and Chris are going tomorrow. We're going to do the secondary part of our countdown of the pitchers. That's going to be fun. But yeah, I mean, I guess with the show here, I know we got the draft X2 squared for next Wednesday, but how do you want to go about the off season, man? Like let's kind of hash this out over the air. Obviously there's
Next
not.
Wednesday. What were you talking about next Wednesday for?
Did I say that? Oh, I said tomorrow me and Chris are going.
No, you said something about I got the draft. You got the draft next Wednesday. I'm like,
Oh,
next
Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday, Tuesday.
Oh,
That's fine. Yeah. Sorry.
okay.
Yeah, we're doing the draft of why we don't care about the draft.
Okay.
But how do you want to approach this now until things start kind of ramping up? Because obviously we don't have a lot to talk about during the draft. The whole point was to kind of keep an off-season thing going. So, first of all, I think what we need to hash out is, when are we going to record? Do you want to do every other week? Does that sound?
I mean, I'm not to be not grasping for straws. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know about any other sports off season, but the NFL's off season is pretty dead. It really is until, I mean, like there's a free agent period, and I think that's not until like middle of March, maybe end of March, and then you got the after the free agency, then you got the draft, and then it dies for a long time, and then you start hearing about OTAs and and then training camp. So yeah, the NFL's off season is pretty dead. So definitely, I don't think we could keep it up every week. With just
No.
we're gonna be making up subjects and just talking about them that really don't that feed into it.
Well,
What is an interesting topic? I understand, of course we keeping it in football, but what is interesting to talk about in the offseason? I mean, we've never done it before, so I don't know which direction to really go.
Well, here is my response to that. So, do you remember after we were done doing the regular fantasy stuff, we got like reinvigorated, right? And we are like, oh, this is fun again. Because we're not
What with the
just like,
point spreads and all
here's your
that?
number, here's your numbers. Like we were just like, oh my God, here's your fucking play AJ Brown or shoot yourself. I don't give a shit. I'm tired of it. I don't care. Once we got past that and we stopped worrying about the fantasy thing, it became a little bit more fun. We were able to do some more things, right? And we were able to talk about just like the fun stuff about the football thing. So I think, there's a lot of things we can talk about, not currently going on, because there's not really going to be a lot currently going on. But, we can, we can do countdowns. We can do, I don't know if we really want to do an all-time roster thing. That feels like that doesn't feel as enjoyable as a baseball one to me. I think there's a lot that we can really kind of get in the lab and talk about and figure out and shape shows for. But what I think a part of it is going to be thinking outside the box a little bit and not focusing on what's happening or not happening in real time. So I'm not worried about it, but I think doing every other week is probably a good start. So, I would say, when do you want to start that? Do you want to go 2 weeks from this week, or what exactly? Because there's not really anything that's going to happen this week, I don't think, right? Like what's the next checkpoint here?
I mean, you already said that we're doing Tuesday, the draft of this next Tuesday.
I mean,
So,
it doesn't have to be this Tuesday. I just,
oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can begin. I mean, if we're not going to record Tuesday coming up, yeah, we can skip and go to the next Tuesday. You're saying what? Well, we already got the topic. Countdowns. Yeah, that sounds. You saying so? What's the next checkpoint as far as football season goes?
Mm-hmm.
The Super Bowl is usually nothing. I mean, like even teams that are going to start cutting people, they wait until like I don't know what the cut deadline is. I know they got like a deadline that they need to cut, like like their salary cap veterans that take a hit, and teams have to release them because it's so much cap money or something like that. That don't happen until like March. It's like February is just like nothing going on.
I'm just gonna
we gotta make up our own subjects in February.
So-
March, I think something's gonna happen in March. Some people are gonna start getting cut, and there's gonna be some free agency going on in March.
Okay. Well, that's the whole point of the X's there, Ramsey.
What do you say?
You said switch Tuesdays to another topic. I'm like, that's the whole point of the other show.
We're not gonna have a stand-in show and just think of anything. I mean, yeah, anything else that we don't talk about that is not football related, we
NFL
cover it
video
on the
games.
X's.
I mean, that's Madden. So next.
Oh, video games. Yeah. Ain't too many people playing anything but Madden when it comes to football.
Yeah.
Some of those knockoffs used to be like Montana's football, and Madden put all of those games out of business. I don't even know another NFL game that they even put out.
I mean,
They don't even
2K,
make them.
but yeah.
Hold on, you could just do all best white football team for Black History Month. It must be the shirt. Every time I wear this shirt, it's something controversial. Last time I wore this shirt, what was Shador Sanders or some shit?
Yeah.
I got called out for being a Patriots fan that ain't supporting the black Shador Sanders.
Oh,
now
yeah.
Stoney want to do all white team.
Yep.
That's probably what happened to the Patriots. That's why they didn't win. They didn't have their scrappy white boy. Tom got to have his scrappy white receiver. They didn't have any. But they had a Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry, yeah, right. Like,
But I'm scrappy. I mean, like a little slot, little scat back to do all the crazy shit.
I
Hunter
mean,
Henry's like a
ain't
fucking monster.
ain't Mac Hollins half and half? Kind of,
Yeah,
he's kind of there a little bit.
yeah.
Even if you die, even if he isn't, he's really on like a white boy trend. Like, let's
Yeah.
not wear shoes. Like,
Yeah, coming in like, yeah, he used to come to the games with no shoes on in the
yeah,
snow.
stop being weird. Don't do
Yeah.
that. All right, so then that's the plan here. So we'll go every other week until we have things starting to happen, and then we can kind of I mean, I would still think probably still going to go every other week unless it's kind of free agency and then things are really ramping up. But I would say from this point on till what? I mean, I guess um
I mean, like other sports,
I guess
compared
till
to other
August.
sports, I
Honestly, I
mean,
would say till
is
I
there a
would
lot going on in the other sports? I mean, because you and Chris, y'all been keeping it nice and steady. That's what I'm saying. Like it's, NFL, is it different? I mean, as far as I know, it's when it's after that Super Bowl, it dies significantly. It's like nobody
well
even talks about it.
understand there's only like 3 months in between season for baseball, damn near. Like,
But,
I mean, it is a much longer thing, so there isn't a lot of there's a
and
lot.
plus in baseball, you got the whole what people developing and coming up from the minors and
Right.
all of that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot. So I would say probably until either I would say August, probably, then we'll go back to weekly. But I would say, that'll be kind of the play from this on for years to come. Pretty much after the Super Bowl, we go to 2 weeks till, you know, we start
Oh,
ramping up for fantasy.
hibernation mode,
Yeah.
sleep mode.
'Cause I mean, like I said, we know what we're talking about. We have a lot of stuff we're entertaining. We know what we're doing. So we can definitely entertain you and ourselves and find things to talk about. And it's going to be our first kind of off season doing this. So it might be a bumpy, but I think eventually we will kind of get our footing and like, oh, you know what? That'd be a good topic. Hey,
Yeah.
there we because it's also nice to kind of have in between 2 weeks to think, to figure things out and all that. So yeah, that'll be the play.
Yeah, and then I catch shows here and there. I don't watch it as avidly as I do during the season, but I catch shows and sometimes they might have a countdown, and I'm probably gonna say, hey, what do you think about this countdown? Bring it on, because
Absolutely. Because
I
it's
don't
honestly,
totally ignore football. It's just not there. I mean, the
well, no,
NFL Network. I tune in like pretty much during the season. I got NFL Network on my TV pretty much all day, unless I'm watching a movie. Don't In the off season, I might flip to the NFL Network maybe once every 2 or 3 days. It's just the way. It's
yeah,
just
there's
there ain't
nothing
nothing
happening.
going on.
Right. There's just not anything happening. And I don't want to, as you said, to sit here and be like, hey,
Hey, did you hear that? Max Crosby's kneecap is burnt out or something. I mean, I don't want to be sitting here talking about people's injuries, stupid shit like that.
right. Right.
Grasping.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna be fine, but just kind of hang with us and give us a little bit of a grace so we can kind of figure out our footing on how we want to approach this. And once we get a good off season under our belt, we'll be able to improve upon it like we always do in the next seasons to come and all that. But so far we have Ramsey and Kyle joining the league. So we pretty much have
The league
one. Yeah, so we have one more spot to kind of fill from at least
10.
um, at least 10, but obviously we'd like to get more. Um, I mean, it exists. It's there. It basically just plays replays of the year. Honestly, it's just kind of like
Yeah. The NFL Network, I mean, the
it's like
majority of their
ESPN
content.
news at that point, really.
The majority of their content is replaying the games because they have the rights to do so. Like these other stations, like your ESPNs and the ABCs. I guarantee you, if NBC can play every Sunday night game, they would do it again. But they have to have the NFL rights to do that. The only station that can do that is the NFL Network. So the NFL Network will just keep playing games. They'll play, I've seen, playoff games, the top 10 upsets, playoff upsets. Like they'll play it's games with a little bit of news sprinkled in. Like if a new coach, like say a game is on and then they'll say, this is up to the minute. And then they would come in and say, Clint Kubiak was just hired as the Raiders head coach. And then they'll go right back to the game. And that's just, they don't have a lot to talk about, but they'll
and that's the one that and hockey suck for off season. It's just like, ugh, God, okay. You're just like, all right, great, cool, wonderful. Until things start ramping up. And then because we don't care about the draft, it's even less interesting to us.
Even worse. When it comes to the draft, I get back to worrying about them, the towel, because it seems like those are the only draft picks that really matter. Like, is somebody coming in here to change anything, or is it something that we can use? As far as other teams drafting, I mean, there's some big names, like I said, in that first round that I might be like, oh, okay, they went to him. Like Ashton Genty went to the Raiders. I was like, I wonder how that's going to work out. Or Travis Hunter went to the Jaguars. But those second, third, fourth round, I don't know who them dudes are. I have no idea what impact they're going to have.
Don't pretend the people that are pundits know who they. No, you know what? Stop. That's for 2 weeks. Let's fucking stop.
Oh yeah. But yeah, when it comes to,
do you see how easy that was? Like, just that's exactly how it's gonna be. We're like, table it, go. Wait, what's this? I would do the show. I would do the Dallas show. That sounds weird, but I have to be alone in the house. I don't even know what that means.
He said the Dallas show.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some context there. That sounds like a home invasion. I don't know how to feel about that.
He said, but I have to be alone in the house. Well, I know what you mean by that. I mean, you gotta make sure no one's around.
He has to be alone in his house. Got it. Okay. Fucking A.
Alone in the house. Okay.
Got it.
That's what I got. I figured he meant as far as can't nobody be around to distract or make noise.
Yeah, that makes so much more sense. I'm like, that was all me, 100%. Fucking A, Stoney.
Too many people in the group home. He said the group home.
Good Lord. But yeah, I'm glad football's done now. I'm glad we can just kind of shut the book on it. Start to kind of look forward to next year, I guess. I don't know. Because I was so disinterested in the playoffs, I've been checked out for a month.
No, I'm about to say you done checked out of it a long time ago. I mean, I at least still followed and watched some of the games, and after the season's completed and it's over, the attention turns to the home team for me. It's like, okay, that year was a disaster. What are they going to do this year? Are they going to bring in more pieces to make it another disaster? Or are they going to actually make some changes? It's like every team has hope. You know how at the beginning of the year, the opening Sunday, the Cleveland Browns think they can win the Super Bowl. Everybody thinks they can win.
No, they really don't. They really don't.
He said that at no point they have hope that they can win the Super Bowl. But it's just so much hope and so much, confidence in your home team until maybe the first, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks. Then you start getting the reality set in that nope, not this year.
And you're like, oh no, we're bad again. And we're like,
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, but I've been checked out for a month. Just like, okay. Which, obviously then you're checked out of fantasy. I mean, I did have that resurgence and the fun of kind of going through the list. I thought that was a really, really good idea. That's absolutely coming back next year. That was a ball. I
yeah,
really enjoyed that, really kind of reevaluating how we drafted compared to how the draft would have fell if you drafted everyone and, if you
yeah,
had the foresight, like just seeing how that would all shook out. I thought that was fun.
yeah. Fantasy, I kind of I forced myself to check out because I kept beating myself up. So I had to, tell myself to stop thinking about it because it was just,
Over. It's over, kid. Stop.
I had to force check out of
You're like,
fantasy.
hold on. What? But listen. If I did that,
Yeah, if I only did, and I done ran through so many scenarios. If
I'm
I
sitting here
only
like,
just,
sir, I'm like, Jermaine, it's April. What are you doing?
we're,
Fucking let
we're,
it go.
we're on to a new season, and I'm still talking about last season. Like it's just, oh man.
I get it. Um, yeah. I unfortunately still have the same feeling, the same excitement for this team that I've had the last 5 years, and that's none. Um, it's funny, man. Like it's become excluding this year in the Pirates situation. Because I'm actually excited for this year because they've spent money and made moves, and they finally spent over $100 million this year, and I'm like, let's fucking go, boys. It's good. But eliminate that this current year. My just malaise towards the Pirates is exactly how I feel for the Steelers. I have you need to show me. You need to tell
I
me.
was saying, what do they gotta do for you to even begin to retune in? It's like,
I
I don't know.
it's I it um I don't know. Like that's the thing. Like they have to go buy me a diamond pony. Like that it's
He said a diamond pony. I'm just
yeah,
thinking like the
Ramsey
quarterback
character.
situation is what's real. I'm really worried about. It's like I do not want to see Aaron Rodgers coming here again.
What? You don't want Aaron? Okay.
I just
What
can't.
about
I
what about that? What
I
about
don't
that
even prefer a
Aaron?
veteran. I prefer that they take a young cat, and let's just go with take our
Hold on.
lumps now and
You
see if he develops. Because
you don't want Ron. You don't want Ron and then this Ron and then Big Mike?
I'm tired of the used old
Also, did you
recycled
see that?
players.
Did you actually see that though?
No, that's
Yeah.
real.
That is very real. Yes. It is very real.
Do they purposely want old recycled players? Like,
And
is that their thing now? I
here's
mean,
here's the strange part. You actually had a decent situation last year. Why would you go get God
you
damn.
got Kenneth Gainwell,
You
you
got
got
Warren.
Jalen Warren, and you got a kid in the Johnson kid that you didn't even let touch the pill hardly. Why would you bring in Aaron Jones to muddy that even more? Like,
Because reasons.
because he played under McCarthy. Oh my God, please no.
Yeah.
Oh man, I did not hear
Don't
that.
worry, Randall Cobb incoming.
Yeah. Lazard, you gonna bring them
Oh,
all
you gotta
in?
get the Lazard King. Yeah, fuck yeah. Get him. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I did
Yeah.
not know that was real. I thought that was a joke.
Uh, nope.
I want new players. I want a whole new. Lose some so you can actually get some good draft picks. Stop having a mediocre season. You always drafting in the middle of the draft, so you never get a excellent player.
Right.
I'd rather them lose at least 2 or 3 years if they're gonna come back and make the playoffs and actually be something in 5 years.
How you rebuild. That is how you rebuild. That's what you have to do. You need to do that, but you just refuse to do it because you're like, oh, I thought the Yinzer way. It's like, so the Yinzer way is like, eh? Is that
Just keep staying in the middle, keep staying in the middle, keep staying in the middle, and just, hey, we're just a middle of the pack team.
You know the worst place to draft in a fantasy football team, like in a fantasy football draft, the worst place
In
to
the
draft,
middle.
number 5. You know why?
Yeah.
Because you don't have a competitive advantage anywhere. You don't get to double up. You are literally a fucking sandwich.
Yep. Yep. And that makes sense. Yep. In the fantasy draft, if it's a 12 team, you do not want to be 6 or 7. And like you said, in the 10 team, you do not want to be 5 or 6. You like when you're even if you're the last pick, you get the snake and you get the double pick. I mean, like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at Coke.
Aaron Jones went to Dallin Maine this mentioning. Oh, he went to your high school. He went to no, I'm thinking of his college. I'm not thinking college. He went to like El Paso or something like that.
Well, Coke's in Texas, so like, that tracks.
Yeah. So that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was a freshman in with Ty Law, and he was a senior. They get treated like gods. And when they're not the professional yet and they're on their way, they get treated like gods. I know Ty Law will walk the halls, and teachers, even the roaches, step to the side. It was like, that's Ty Law.
Yeah. So I mean, just with that mentality going in, you're just like, y'all are so unserious, man. Like, what do you like? How is this even?
Like you said, they starting to model themselves after the Pirates, because the Pirates, they don't care. All they care about is, filling up that stadium and making some revenue off of the games. And it seems like the Steelers are in that mode.
Heinz Field will do that because drunk white Yinzers will absolutely go to the game and fight their neighbor, white Yinzer, because you fucking Cleveland fan, you faggot. I'm like, okay, all right, that's great.
They will go down there and spend $20 on the beer, and they'll fill up those bars that surround the area, and they'll keep doing it every week. Yep. And it seemed like the Rooneys, they done checked out as far as trying to win championships. I'm surprised we got 6. Now that I think about it, it's like, hey, they don't. It's the younger Rooney, and that's what everyone's saying. I mean, when it was Art Sr. and then it was Dan, they actually cared about trying to win. The younger generation, the Art 2, he's about revenue. He doesn't care.
Oh, here's what you do: you shoot him out of a cannon literally into Mike Tomlin. You shoot him out of a cannon into Mike Tomlin. Where do you think Kirk Cousins ends up next season? Dude, hopefully the old folks home. Like, stop fucking playing football. You can't do it.
See, that's the type of quarterback that the Steelers will bring in. They'll bring in Kirk Cousins. Who else was on the brink of, being either a backup? Yeah, Geno Smith. What if they brought in Kyler Murray?
What if they bring in Flacco? That'd be fun. He'd have no one to throw.
Would he feel better? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, Flacco fucking good old gunslinger. Might go get Philip.
I said, what do you think if they brought in Kyler Murray? Because it's like, I think you fell out of love with Kyler Murray this year, or did you still got a little soft spot for him? You still got that jersey. You looking at it. Oh, man.
Oh,
I want to take my chances with a young kid. Just throw him in there. Let him take his lumps. Hopefully, we got a Drake May, Bo Nix, somebody on hand. They're gonna turn into somebody.
No, Kyler Murray is not going to be Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, he has what two ACLs that he's tore at this point.
Yeah.
No, or
Yeah.
was that was it Achilles or ACL this year?
I think it was an ACL.
Okay.
This year, it might have been Achilles. But I know one of the years was an ACL.
Yeah, one of the years was the ACL. I don't know if it's double ACL or someone check that if you can here.
Yeah, he wouldn't look right in the Steelers uniform because Kyler Murray is like one of the Oompa Loompas and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's small. He is small fella. He is small fella.
Yeah.
Yeah, and really it's not gonna be the Kyler Murray that I fell in love with. He is not built to be a pocket passer. He is
Nope. He's built to run and scramble and make a pass here and there.
yeah.
Mhm. But yeah, I'd rather have a young kid. You know, I guess they tried to do that with Kenny Pickett, and they fell horribly flat on their faces
because they didn't let him play. But he's also terrible. But they also didn't let him play. Like you can't see what you have if you're like, hey, go sling it. And by sling it, I mean literally to the running back. But that's not like just do that. But what about the receivers? Look, motherfucker.
We'll get to that later. Worry about them running backs.
Yeah. we usually do that week 12.
Yeah.
Boss, preseason. Get that. Understand. It's fine. It'll be fine.
But yeah, they just drafted it. They spent their number 1 draft pick. They want round 1 draft pick on a backup quarterback. That's all he can be. But that's what happens when you're picking 20th or beyond in the draft.
Yeah, you're not getting and you're not pulling off a 2004 Florida Marlins World Series victory with a Tom Brady in the last round. That's not what happens. You don't get to pull that off.
Yeah. I mean, the highest draft pick the Steelers probably had that I can recall in my lifetime was, I think it was the top 10, and it was when they drafted Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, like,
funny how that works.
You have to have, if you want an impact player to your franchise, it almost guaranteed has to be in the top 10 picks. Once you get out of the 10th pick, it's like, but you're just drafting for depth.
Are you even going to trust that, though, with how they run an offense? Like, because that's the other part of it. Like, okay, cool.
I mean, but when Ben was here, Cowher had the training wheels, and he tried to stop Ben from slinging it. And I think Ben just deliberately said, "Fuck y'all, I'm slinging it." Like he probably. I mean,
yeah, but also,
look at you've seen Ben, and some of those plays was not called, and Ben was just.
Yeah, but who did he have catching the ball though?
Yeah, he had tough as woodpecker lips, Hines Ward. For real, Hines Ward. Hines Ward will run through one of them brink trucks trying to catch a pass. He will catch it into the truck.
So we had Hines. Did we still have Plex, or did we have Santonio at that point?
I think San Antonio. Plex was only here a couple years.
Okay. Was that Mike Wallace too at that point?
Mike Wallace, a bunch of others.
The thing
that gets me about Hines is, and he never cared, and they would kept drafting receivers number 1, number 2 to try to replace Hines because they was like, there's no way this dude can be our number 1 receiver. And then after Hines just kept showing them and outdoing these draft picks, they finally was just like, okay, Hines Ward is our number 1 receiver. So they finally scrapped the idea of trying to like make him the 3rd, 4th, 5th wide receiver. It was like, yeah, we got to go to this dude every time. Yeah.
So,
yeah, they don't make them like Hines no more.
No. So, and we just, so that's kind of my other problem, man. Like they can pick up whoever they want to pick up. Great. But are you going to let them play, or are you going to do this whole, let's kind of rein you in real? I mean, and I get it. Like you don't want someone to get exposed and blown up, and I get that, but also like you start on 2. Like you're starting in you know what, you're starting in first gear. And then you go to second gear. And then you go to second gear. Then you go to second gear. Like that's
driving around in second gear.
like it's
like you never get out of second gear.
And you're on the parkway and you're like, hey, are you okay? No.
Like you see the other cars passing you up, you gotta put a little speed into it. You gotta shift it into that third. My thing is,
I don't wanna.
McCarthy's supposedly an offensive dude, so I want to at least that's my only intrigue, pretty much, is to see if we're gonna run some plays that's gonna actually go down the field.
And that's great.
If anything comes out of the season, at least I want to see the quarterbacks attempt to pass beyond 15 yards. And the disappearance of the pop screen. I hate the pop screen. I despise that play. I hate it to death.
We don't have a quarterback. I doubt we have a number 1 wide receiver because they're probably just going to cut bait with fucking DK. It makes sense. Just go.
I doubt it. They just signed him to like a $30 million a year contract. They're not going to cut him. They got to bring in somebody else. Nobody there, but they either got to draft somebody else, and you know them, they've been drafting receivers that don't even play their whole first year. They're hurt the whole year.
Yep.
So, I don't know. Either a big splash in free agency with a wide receiver, which you should have went out and got during that trade. It could have been Jacoby Myers, Rashid Shaheed, or somebody during that time. I forgot who was a hot name going around that time, but either you bring in a big splash receiver, or you draft one that you think is going to be the next whatever. And I just want to see is the offense going to move beyond 15 yards, operate beyond 15 yards, and that's at least a small minor win for me. I can't take it.
Well, tough tits, Tammy. It's not going to happen.
He said, "Tough tits, Tammy."
They're going to develop from within, and they're going to be like, well, Roman Wilson, he learned a lot. I'm like,
yeah.
From what? Did he play a lot of Madden?
You're going to see it in the papers. Oh, he's really coming on, and he's showing up in training camp. I hate those training camp stories. Oh, he had a great training camp. And then they get to the regular season, and you never hear of him. It's like, what happened?
Yeah. Oh, well, Freiermuth really looks good. Okay. Darnell Washington, he recovered from his broken arm. He's looking lean and mean and training.
Yeah.
Okay. How many passes are you gonna throw him? I'm sorry, what? You fucking said that. Like it's just
do a game.
And I get it, man, because this is just kind of like, all right, you're just gonna shit all over the team. I'm like, yes, they shit all over the city. That's what they do. Like, that's what they've done. It's been a disappointment, and it's funny because what I hate ride or die fans. I fucking hate you people. I hate you with all of my heart because you're
the ones that are so stubborn that they don't even listen to reason. They're just stuck in their way.
Like you are stupid and set in your ways and are just like, and there's the inverse too. Like, I was having a discourse with fucking some guy about the Pirates today where he refuses to accept the fact that they vastly upgraded the roster this year. And he was just so hell-bent on them just being so shitty. And I'm like, okay, man, but like you should probably at least acknowledge the fact that they've now, because he was like, most teams
what's the one dude on the Dodgers? What's the Chinese guy, like the greatest? Oh, Shohei. Like we could have got Shohei Ohtani, and this dude would have been like, they're gonna still be shitty. Like he didn't care.
Well, it was
what
weird
they got.
because he made the point, and and it was frustrating because he's not a smart man. He made the point of saying, yeah, well, that's the average. Average teams should be spending 100 million. It's like, yeah, my dude, listen though, we haven't done that in I think a decade at least. So just on the straight number standpoint, it is an improvement. Secondly, I put down the people that we got, and I was like, okay, here's what I want you to do. Fill in who they replaced, and then tell me how they're not vastly
Significantly better.
right. And he wiggled his way kind of out of it, and I'm like, also in his profile, he's like, I own liberals. I'm like, okay, I can see how this conversation's gonna fucking go.
Okay.
You're that you have that, like that was his hobby. I'm like, okay. So I'm not gonna press this because I realize you're not going to be able to have a conversation. You're just gonna be like,
Yeah.
well, I fucking said it, so that's the fucking thing.
Yeah, I hate people like that where it's their way or the highway. Like they don't even stop to even reason an argument. It's like all they just got the blinders on, and all they think is their way, and that's it. I hate people like that. Like
Yeah.
you're
Because
they're
he
not
kept
gonna
saying
even
they're not going to
entertain
make
the
the
thought.
playoffs. They're not going to make a playoff one. They're not going to make the playoffs. They're not going to win the division. I'm like, okay. I never said they were going to. I'm just talking about vastly upgrading the roster.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, I don't know what to tell you, friendo, but you suck at talking. So neat. You can go.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. And it was just weird. But yeah, like those, so that's my whole point was there are the inverse of those people that are just so inherently negative for no reason. And I'm not saying I am that person or I'm not that person, but what I'm telling you is that you have proven to me over the last half of a decade that you don't care about winning. You don't care about improving, about upgrading. You are literally sending out these same people and these
Yeah.
same types of players, the same type of play calling.
Just a different name, but the same. You could probably, if you can blindly put the 6 statistics next to each other, they probably bear the same exact statistics. It's just a different name on them.
Yeah, a little bit. And it's I don't know, man. It just pisses me off because it's like I want to go back to like having a moral dilemma of like, all right, man, what do I put on the big TV? Do I fucking do the Steeler game or the red zone? Now I'm like, I don't care that the Steelers are there. I don't care. If anything happens, it'll be on red zone.
Yeah.
Doubtful though. And people like, oh, you're not a real fan. I'm like, because I don't want to allocate 3 hours to a team that is going to frustrate me and put me in a bad mood. I'd rather just watch red zone where I can get literally I'm getting all of the good parts. Like if you really like a jelly donut, but you really just like the jelly in it and you just get the jelly out of the donut and you're like, fuck the rest of the donut. Are you not a fan of donuts? I don't know, but you like jelly parts. You eat the jelly parts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at all.
You saved just so much aggravation and agony and pain. I mean, I sat and watched those games, even the ones we won. It was like sleepwalking through a game. It's like just
so
you dozing off, and then you look at this final score, and you're like, oh, they won. A little slobber on your mouth, like because the game was so goddamn boring. It was just like, oh, they won.
I would say I'm a realistic fan. I'm. So you mean you only watch when things are good? No, not necessarily, but I will tell you it's more appealing if the team was on an upward trajectory and they look like they actually can play. They look like they can actually make a run. They you know,
I mean, but there is a such thing as losing excitingly too. They don't even lose
Yeah.
exciting. Like, I
Yeah.
mean,
They don't.
if there's a game and they're going back and forth and they lose 35-34 and they went up and down the field with bombs, and I would still be happy. I'd be like, dang, we didn't win, but it was exciting. But
Right.
they lose even depressingly. It's just like,
It's just
like,
not fun. It's just not fun to watch, and that's really what it comes down to.
yeah.
I've been watching the Penguins for many, many, many of decades, and I will tell you, during the X generation years where they were rocking Rico Fata and Wayne Primo, I wasn't watching too many games. It was real bad to watch. It was a very, very hard watch, and I made an educated decision at that point to not watch. I didn't want to. I did. Why? Like, why do you want to hurt yourself? Like, that's the thing. Like, you just. It's
The
just.
Steelers games, if a little bit of the Super Bowl that everybody caught, that
Yeah.
first half of the Super Bowl when it was 12-0 and nothing was going on, put that on loop, and that is every week as a Steelers fan. That's the type of game you watch.
Honestly, that's a
Field
great.
goals,
That is a great
field
comp.
goals, pop screens, no passes, nothing exciting, field position, more field goals. It is that Super Bowl first half, put it on loop. And that's being a Steeler fan for the past 5 years.
Yeah, and
5+
and
years.
and it really just comes down to this simplistic thing. I'm not gonna do something that isn't fun for me, that I don't have to do. I'm not getting paid to watch football, so
Yeah.
it's not my job. So I'm not gonna go do this because I need to. I'm going to go do something that is much more fun, and I'm gonna watch Red Zone. Like, that's now, if they come out this year and start looking good and start looking like, okay, this is a whole different team. All right, you've piqued my interest. But until you do that, I'm not allocating my time to you, or deviating away from what I want to actually focus on because my parents just so happened to fuck here. The fuck?
Look
What kind
how
of
you put
retarded
it so
logic is that?
simplistic. You said I'm supposed to be rooting just because my parents happen to fuck here.
Seriously, it's retarded logic. That is exactly what it is. It is so dumb, and it's because you get the most exposure to it. And even and now, I mean, you think about it, like, before that was real big, like, you were born into it, that's kind of all you were able to see. Now you can see everything,
Yeah.
anything. So you can be born wherever, and once you learn how to stream and you find your niche in sports, whatever you want to watch, you can find whatever you want. So you are not
Yeah.
hamstrung by any
These
stretch.
aren't the days where it was only one game on the
Hey,
CBS and that's all you had to watch.
hey.
Because there was a time like that where you didn't have no other options. You
Mhm.
had to watch that game. But yeah, we live in a world where we have choices.
You are not
Choices.
hamstrung by, where your parents fucking had you. Like, it's just. But I always thought that was really, like, and I understand why it's a thing, but nowadays it's like, you
But
don't
then
really.
on the diehard side, you, those people, you can't say nothing bad. It's like
Yeah, it's weird.
you could sit there and watch somebody fumble and and you're like, man, that was his fault. He shouldn't fumble. And they're like ready to jump down your throat, like defend him and like he was supposed to like give him a break or something. It's like, what kind of fan are you? Where they can't do
Yeah.
nothing wrong.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, man, be whatever fan you want to do. If root however you want to root, back however you want to back, that's fine, man. Enjoy it. Um, I just, at this point in time, I don't care because I don't see a change in sight. I see 500 being the high water mark, and
For some reason, some ridiculous reason, because I claim to be a real fan myself, but optimistically watch, man. I don't know. And I'm not an optimistic person, but always give them a chance, man. I don't know. I try to just cut on just red zone, but something in me makes me watch that whole game.
And the unfortunate part for you is if they just go into this season and just completely lose, that's actually going to benefit you to want to care more because you're like, finally, they're going to have a good fucking draft pick.
Yeah.
So like you need to have like a 4-year plan to back out. Your 4-year plan is like 4 years of straight, like 4-win seasons. Like you need to have 4 Brown seasons. Then you're
Yeah.
like, all right, good. We're done. Perfect.
Yeah.
It's like a real bad breakup that you just can't get over. But yeah. Well, I don't think you're tanking for draft picks here, Ramsey. I think it's just you're just shitty at the game. But they're not shitty enough to do it because they play in a pretty bad division.
Yeah.
So
And they do just enough
right.
to damn near either win the division or make the playoffs every year. And they just
Because you're gonna sweep the Browns, you're gonna take one from the Bengals, and you're gonna
safety.
take one from the Ravens.
You're going to take
So
one from the Ravens. Yep.
that's 4 wins right there.
Yep.
And you will find a way to stumble fuck into 5 more. It's like, all right.
Yep.
Just is what it is. But yeah. So, like we said, 2 weeks, we're doing the draft of why we don't give a shit about the draft, which I just think will be fun. Jermaine, get your list together for the ABCs. We're doing how we normally do, A through M, and then the next episode N through Z. And like I mentioned, it's going to be Thursday at 10, not Friday. Wednesday, me and Chris are doing my list of the playoff pitchers all-time list. Like I said, the Patreon is up there. You see the little QR code. Hit us up there. It helps. It's always kind of nice to see people because they're getting like a lot of traffic on there. It's nice. I saw some random person I don't even know, unfortunately, but you sign up for the free version. I'm like, you don't get shit, but thank you. But yeah,
I didn't know you had a version that was free.
yeah, I think Patreon just makes that a thing. I'm not entirely sure why you would even do that, but whatever. But yeah, there'll be a show, the Borderlands review I did on Saturday. That was fun. We're doing the Jersey thing, hopefully hopefully Saturday, maybe Sunday. I don't know exactly what her plan is. She has not told me. So
Good luck with all of that traffic and all that people. You're going to be all
well, we're
clusterfuck.
going to be looking at some houses too.
Okay.
We're gonna be looking, yeah. So generally speaking, like we try to pick one of those days to look at houses. So we're gonna fit some in on Saturday, and then kind of go from there. But yeah. So Coke, I mean, the funny thing is, man, like you were real big into us, and I didn't do this in spite of you or because of you. It just ends up happening. I am kind of semi-regularly doing like Saturday shows, so just interesting. But yeah, so get your questions in as you go, as you think of them on that Q&A. Should be podcast voted number 1 among Allegheny County she-males. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, didn't even spell it right, but I don't think anyone here
Said she-males.
That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, so I know there wasn't a ton of stuff to really talk about, but as we always do, we pivoted and ended up just going on a whim and got hour 20 minutes out of this. That's what we do, boys. So thanks for showing up. I will see you tomorrow and then Thursday and then Saturday, maybe, and all that fun stuff. So toodaloo, and yeah, fuck yourselves. Oh, there it is. Ooh.